This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Charlie Thrower wants to know, do either of you guys have any fun or embarrassing road stories about the other one from your live show days?
You first.
I got nothing.
Then neither do I.
I knew how to play that shit. Andrew wants to know, people always say everything goes through Vincent Kennedy McMahon for approval. How hands-on is Vince with products like video games? Does he get involved? Like, does the team show him mock-ups of the game for him to approve, or what's that look like?
No, he has people that does that. I'll tell you my favorite video game, incident with Vince is when my kids were very young. They came to the office. We were there. And when I say young, they had to be like maybe 3 or 4. But old enough to have some idea what to do on a video game. And right outside of our office in the TV studio was one of the arcade video games that you could play while you're waiting there. And so I pulled up a chair and put my son on the chair, and Kane's sitting there and he's playing this video game. And as usual, we're waiting for Vince to come into the meeting, to join the meeting. And when he came in, he saw my wife and kids there and was saying hello and all this shit. And Kane's over there playing a video game. Hey, pal, what are you doing? And Vince sat there and played this arcade video game for like 15 minutes with Kane. Now, Vince had no clue what the hell he was doing, and neither did my son, but they played for 15 minutes, and Vince is sitting there moving the controller and pounding the damn thing. And I'll never forget Brian Gewirtz coming out because everybody was in the room waiting on Vince, and he came out to go to the bathroom or something and sees Vince. They're playing a video game, and Stephanie came in there and was like, we've all been waiting on you in here, and he's out here playing video games with my kid. So that's my favorite just video game story with Vince. Has nothing to do with the other stuff. That's people that know what the hell they're doing. That's like asking me to give input on a video game.
You know, it's funny because, here's a peek behind the curtain. We got an email from our great folks who support us over at Westwood One. And they said, hey, Conrad, how many of your co-hosts are gamers? And I had to be honest. And I said, okay, let's play hypotheticals here. I have a PS4. Bruce Prichard has a PS4 only because his son has a PS4. And she's like, what about everybody else? I'm like, baby, my co-hosts are fucking grandpas. They don't have games.
Not me.
Not yet. But you know what? The way Kane's been, well, never mind. Jesse Inman wants to know, and we got this in various ways. Could you ever see Vince McMahon doing a tell-all type book?
Sure.
No way. That would never happen.
Yeah, I could see it.
Mike Whitaker wants to know, when Vince was doing the McMahon $1 million giveaway, was he really giving away his money?
100%. Couldn't, the company's a public company. He couldn't give away company money to do something like that. So it was his own money.
I don't know what you want to say here, but there's a whole bunch of smart asses in the replies, with their stupid smirks. Let's say, why are the ratings worse than they've been in 20 years? Do you want to say anything or just keep it fucking moving?
Keep it moving.
On a serious note,
for those that know, no explanation is needed. For those that don't, none will do.
Lenny Bakken wants to know, with Vince being such a workout freak, has he ever encouraged or even insisted that his inner circle work out with him as well?
Not insisted. It's, especially not with him. I used to work out with him all the time. But no, never really been insisted. It just happened to be right place, right time. Encouraged, yes, to work out.
Mick Dolman wants to know, has Vince ever heard Bruce's impression of him? And if so, what does he think?
Practically every day.
You still do it in front of him?
Absolutely.
That's hilarious. I don't know why that's funny, but it is.
Well, look, guys, pretty much what I am here is what I am in life.
No, I got that, but it's just funny for me to imagine. And I know you wouldn't do it in that setting, but in my head, there's like all the department heads all gathered around a table, and
that's not true, Conrad. I would do it in that setting. I have done it in that setting. I will do it in that setting.
God damn, pal, it's such good shit. It's just tremendous.
Whatever it takes.
Jeremy wants to know, would Vince ever allow someone to make a movie about him?
Sure. I think it's just got to be, it's got to be the right presentation. You never say never, man. A lot of the steadfast, oh my God, this is the way it is. It just ain't so.
Let me ask, a story or a script was leaked a few years ago about a Vince McMahon biopic, and it had Linda and Vince from the early days. And I think there was even a scene where he went to recruit Andre. And I think in the movie, like they had Linda waiting tables, and then it sort of died off. We never heard any follow up. Do you think that movie ever becomes anything, or probably not?
That movie? No, I read the script. It was worse than god awful. So no, not anything like that. Unless somebody just wants to go out there and make a bad movie. But the possibility, look, you never say never. So I say that anything is possible.
JR has shared some stories that when he would go driving from town to town with Vince back in the day, if Vince was driving, he would lock the windows and cut some ferocious gas. Do you have any stories of Vince doing stuff like this with you?
Farting?
Yeah. Like really thinking it's hilarious to hotbox you with a real stinker.
Absolutely.
You're going to tell
we
the story?
all did that.
Did you have a funny story or just yes, no, like a goddamn deposition here on the show today?
We're pretty much doing deposition style today, by God. I've shit my pants trying to top them.
Okay. We got to hear that.
Well, what happens is you go to fart, but sometimes like it sneaks out.
It's a shart.
Then behind it, what?
It's a shart.
Oh yeah. I've sharted many a time.
Just to top
But
it.
the beauty of that in a car is it stays. It lingers. And the more you move around, you can feel it kind of like, ooh, that's going to be ugly when I finally land. So every once in a while, all you got to do is kind of like lift up a little bit and then sit down. And it's like farting all over again.
Jason wants to know, what was a better long-term storyline? The Mega Powers explode or the debut of Kane?
They're different, but for a long-term planned out coming to fruition, the Mega Powers explode.
Yep.
For a really cool backstory and debut that turned into something beautiful for an extremely long time, Kane.
David wants to know, why does Vince McMahon not want the superstars to acknowledge him in their Hall of Fame speech?
I think that Vince just looks at it as it's about them, not him. Simple as that.
Jason wants to know, what do you think has been your son Kane's coolest WWE experience?
Well, he was in the Money in the Bank match.
Do you think that's it?
Yeah, I remember as a kid, Rey Mysterio coming to the ring, putting the mask on him at ringside. Shit like that. Probably playing video games with Vince McMahon, even though I doubt he even remembers that. That was probably more fun for me than anybody.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.